Okay, this message is for the students at the tertiary level in Swaziland. The students at the University of Swaziland, Swaziland College of Technology, University of Swaziland, Gwaluseni, I guess the Teachers Training College, the Nurses College, Bovoktim, all the tertiary institutions in Swaziland. I think the new ones I'm not even aware of. I haven't been in Swaziland in 10 years. So, but I'm getting a lot of inboxes. It seems like funding tertiary institutions is a big challenge now in Swaziland. During my time, King Sopuza, during his time, 100% of the students at the University of Swaziland and everywhere else, like myself, I went to the College of Technology. We were covered 100% without a problem because government allocated funds for higher level education. So any Swazi, you just had to prove that you're a Swazi. You know, you had to go before what we call a scholarship selection committee. You go there as a Swazi, you take your documents, you say who you are, what village you come from, who's your chief, that sort of thing. It seems like that's no longer the case under this criminal above the law, King Mswati III. And the funny thing, he has appointed himself, he self-appointed himself president of the University of Swaziland. Normally you have people of stature who become chancellors or presidents of the university to raise funds for the university. They use their stature, their position to raise money. But you have to understand that your king is very illiterate. He's a high school dropout. He knows nothing but the world of academia. So he does not understand. He appointed himself there to be president of the University of Swaziland in order to keep tabs on professors that are pro-democrats, okay? So my suggestion to you, students of colleges in Swaziland, the tertiary institutions, students, I'm not sure how many of you, I think University of Swaziland is about 1,000 kids, so probably government does not cover 50%. I don't know how many are covered, how many are not. But my suggestion, there's not that many of you, you know. There are many high-performing corporations in Swaziland. When I was there, I worked for Mencom Group of Companies, which was a Fortune 500 company in Swaziland. I worked for Dr. Simon Perfil. And we gave money to Waterford Gamhlaba. We gave money to University of Swaziland. We gave money to a lot of high schools in Swaziland, kids who were needy. We had what we call a Sebel Foundation that was consisted of Ngwane Brewery, Swaziland Brewery, and Coca-Cola. So what I would suggest is for you guys, all you guys, the students at the University of Swaziland, College of Technology, Nazarene, to form a group of students, call them a finance committee, whereby you approach companies to fund the students who are not covered at the University of Swaziland. The way you do that, you set up what we call an endowment. An endowment is a pool of money that you put into an investment fund, and you only use a interest portion, a percentage of the interest that goes towards the payment of the fees. So you can calculate and estimate how many kids are not covered by Swaziland government. Calculate and say, okay, we need 200,000 or we need 1 million. Then you approach the number of companies and say, could you please kindly offer $10,000 to the University of Swaziland a year or more, whatever they can afford to give as a contribution. A lot of these companies are multi-million-dollar companies like Coca-Cola, like Conco. They were very successful when I was in Swaziland. So they can give a lot of money to the University of Swaziland, Swaziland College of Technology, or this committee I'm talking about. Form a committee. Don't wait for this stupid king or his government, his stupid government. They don't care about you. Go and form a group of students that's going to create a fund, an endowment fund, and you invest those funds in South Africa in an endowment fund. And you help to fund the students who are not covered So you have to take the initiative and figure out ways to fend for yourselves because you have no government in Swaziland. So that's my suggestion from Monty Nkosi. As an accountant, I'm very much interested in things like endowments. So I read a lot. The universities in South Africa have endowments. I think the top 5 universities in South Africa have an endowment of 1 billion. Okay, $1 billion US. Okay, so, you can learn from them, see how they've set up their endowment and create endowment for Swazi students in these tertiary institutions who are not being covered by Swaziland government for one reason or another. Yambona Msmakosetive, he spent almost $3 billion for his private jet because he thinks that's the priority. So you are not a priority. Bo Royce, all this nonsense. King Sopuza covered all the students without a problem. Anyway, that's just my suggestions for Monty. Take it upon your hands, approach companies, draft them nice letters, go talk to the CEO, and